Shalom. Let to give all praises and glory and double honors to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakak Kadash. Double honors to the elders, apostle, great millstone, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim that scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. I say shalom to y'all. And the title of this lesson is going to be you so-called Negroes that scattered abroad and here in Babylon as well too. You are not black. Black was a title that was put on us. We are the children of Israel, which is from the tribe of Judah, which is the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, comes from, and his son, Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which is Yahweh Shai in the true Hebrew. We are the descendants of the children of Israel. Our bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We're not black. Black is a color that's been put on us. And this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4, King James Holy Bible, and it reads, And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. Right. So, we calling ourselves black or African American or Negro or Afro American. These titles been put on us. Just like African, Africa is Scipio Africanus. And then America is Amerigo Vespucci, was an Italian explorer. And then Africa was named after Scipio Africanus after he conquered Africa, and then it was named after him. So you calling ourselves African and African American, that's two different names of two different so-called white people. So that lets you know, we're discontinued from our heritage, and then will cause us to serve our enemies in the land that our forefathers didn't know, in the land that our ancestors didn't know, had us speaking another language, which is English. That's not our native language as well too. Our native language is Hebrew, which is ancient Hebrew or Paleo Hebrew. That's what our forefathers spoke back then. And since generations passed on down, we discontinue from our heritage. That's why we speak in these other different languages of these other nations of our oppressors. Like French, English, German, France, language like that for an etc. So, us so-called Negroes or African Americans, we are the Israelites. And we from the tribe of Judah, or Judah, Benjamin, or Levi, because, we are the children of Israel. We make up the 12 tribes of Israel, and the other tribes as well too, the Negroes and Latinos and the speckled bird Israelites. But in this video is the main focus of the so-called Negro, the Judite. It's the 12 tribes of Israel, which is the head top tribe the Heavenly Fathers come from, which is Judah, which is short word for saying Jew or for Judah. That's the tribes that the so-called African Americans come from, is the tribe of Judah. The so-called Negroes are the real Jews according to the Holy Bible. And that lets you know this correlates with the so-called Negro here in America and scattered abroad as well too. So that's why the Most High, it put that kindle, that fire in us for our disobedience and our transgressions of the law, because we, us Israelites, us Judites, we had went off, for not following the law, statutes, and commandments from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His Son, Yahweh Shai. Because, we definitely discontinue from our heritage. That's why we don't know who we are. That's why we out here having evil eye towards one another, you know, being in the music industry and get caught up in wickedness. And then next thing you know, a lot of Judites, which is the so-called Negroes, they, they go away pass away at a young age for lack of knowledge, for lack of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You know, and I'm gonna look up the definition of the word black because the word black is definitely not should be associated with us because that's what we call ourselves modern day. And you look up the word black and the definition of it. The word black is a adjective of the very darkest color owing into the absence of or complete absorption of light, the opposite of white, black smoke. You know, that word, that's a derogatory term, because that's not, that's not who we are, that title that was been put on us by our oppressors. Because, Esau, Edom, was our top oppressor. He put that title on us when our ancestors was on those slave ships. He forced our ancestors to speak his language, follow his customs, his Babylonian customs. A nation from far off, it'd be spread as the eagle. That's why the Most High put had the kindred of fire in his anger, and it shall burn forever. This for our disobedience, for going off, following the ways of the other nations and not getting back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Especially this is the main focus of the top tribe, which is the so-called Negroes here in America and scattered abroad as well too. That's why, it's best for us to come back to the Heavenly Father, to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, that was given to us to this day. It been passed down from our ancestors, and then it been passed down on to generation to us as well too. We're supposed to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments for our generation forever and ever. That's why it's best for us to get back to our laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why you see these young Israelites out here ain't got no guidance, because it says Israel shall be a wild bull in the net, and you seeing that right now. Like you got these young generation of new generational kids going out here doing crazy stuff because the mother taking care of them and the father is not in the house to discipline them, to teach them the right things, because the father is out of the house. I mean, even though you're starting to see more fathers being back into the house of their being back into the children's life, but the majority, you don't see that in the Israelite community, in the Judite community, which is the so-called Negroes, which is the top tribe of Judah, which is the real Jews of the Bible. You really don't necessarily see that in the community like that. As a highly statistic wise, you see a lot of men that's not in the house. The Israelite kid that don't have that father figure to discipline them in the right direction. Because you see wild, gremlin, wild, crazy new generation kids going out here wild and disciplined, no care in the world. That's why we discontinue from our heritage. That's why you're seeing all this stuff going on, of Israelite men shooting and killing each other over different gang territories and different gang groups and stuff like that. That's why we discontinue from our heritage. Just like the book of Deuteronomy 28 says, she'll smite thee with madness, and astonishment of heart. You know, you seeing that right now in the music industry of Jake losing their life at a young age. You know, madness. You know, that's what you're seeing right now. That's that black culture. You know, that black culture that shouldn't pertain to us. You know, we need to get back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His Son, Yahweh Shai. You know, but you know, a lot of 2/3 of Israel is not going to consider that. They're going to continue to be the ways of this world, continue to be in that woe, because woe means destruction. Because you know you're going to continue to see these new generation Israelites being that destructive, woe destruction mindset, you know, which is unrighteousness. Because you know the Most High is not dealing with that. Because you know the Most High want His people to be a set apart people, a royal priesthood people, the righteous people on the earth like how it's supposed to be. But you know it's the opposite of the Israelites doing that. You know, which is the so-called Negroes here in America. You know, we're not following the ways of the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, I'm talking about the Israelites that's of this world, that's of this wicked world, you know. So, you know, I just wanted to bring this lesson out to let you so-called Negroes that you're all the children of Israel. That's our true nationality. You're not Afro-American. You're not African-American. You're not Black Power and all that. Those are derogatory terms that was given to us, our president. You know, that was given to our ancestors and they've been passed on down to generations. That's speaking another language, you know. Got two different nationalities of two races of people that don't belong in our nation, you know. Those are two white men named African American. You know, Africa got what 50 different continents, and then which tribe you come from in those continents of Africa. You know, and we don't even know, especially so-called Negroes over here in America. We don't know. You know, we might say we're from Western Africa. Well, what tribe in Western Africa then? You know, because you got people over there in Africa. They might say they from African descent, but they from different tribes though. You know, say like Nigeria or somebody from Sierra Leone, you know, or somebody from Kenya or Cameroon. If we say we descendants from Africa in the western part of Africa, or through that whole region, then what tribes are we from then? So you know that's why we was gonna discontinue from our heritage. That we make up the lost sheep of the house of Israel, which is the Negroes here in America and scattered abroad as well too. And I'm gonna read it again. This is the book of Jeremiah 17 and verse 4. Even thou shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in our anger. So you know we still in the land of our captivity, especially the so-called Negroes, which is the Judites, the Israelites of the Holy Bible. You know, we still in the land of our enemies, and we speaking His language. We follow His culture, His customs, walking like Him, acting like Him, talking like Him. Or if that's not the case, we be on that black culture madness. Because that black culture madness, that don't have nothing to do with us. Because we are not black. That's a color that was put on us. The color black is dark, evil, opposite, absorbent of light. You know? And we in that mindset right now. We shouldn't be in that mindset. That's black, that color black, because we are different shades of brown, to the lighter brown, to the darker brown. You know, that's basic common sense. We are not black. Ain't no such thing as a black person on this planet Earth. Unless he's a dark skinned brown person. You look at the color of the ground, what color is it? It'd be a darker brown to a lighter brown. That lets you know and an indicator that we are not black. That label was put on us, you know. We are the Israelites. We are the Judites. We are the real Jew according to the Holy Bible. You know, we are the descendants in the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's. We are the real children of Israelite, a real children of Israel according to the Holy Scriptures. You know, that's why the Most High sent out prophets, the men of the Lord, to wake His people up in these last days. If they want to take heed to waking up to be Israel, you know. And the Most High set up the elders, Apostle Great Millstone, you know, the elders in our camp, in the brotherhood, that know that they are Israel. You know, thank the Most High for that, for waking His men up in these latter days to finding out and to know they are the children of Israel, you know, and preaching this true doctrine, this true gospel throughout the four corners of the earth. Because it's important to do that in these latter days. And then that's what we continue to push forth to bring out this true doctrine and this true understanding of these holy scriptures. To let our people know, to warn our people of what's about to come and what's currently coming right now as well too, right before our eyes. Just like in the book of Romans chapter 13 verse 11, it says, now that is a high time to wake out of sleep, because our salvation is nearer than we believe. So that's why the men of the Lord that's out there raising a voice on, just like Isaiah 58:1. Cry now, spare aloud, lift out thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions. And you know, that's why the men of the Lord out there, lifting up their voice like a trumpet and showing the people, which is the Israelites, especially you so-called Judites, you so-called African Americans or Black Americans. You are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the main topic of this video. That's why I'm bringing this out. You know, you have discontinued from your heritage. You are the children of Israel. You are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You are those valley of the dry bones. And the Most High trying to wake you dry bones up. That's why He have the men of the Lord that's out there prophesying to wake you up and to warn you for what's about to come. But a lot of Israel is not going to take heed to that. But the ones do take heed to that, hey, hallelujah for that, you know. And I hope the Most High continue to have mercy on His people. But a lot of them, you know, they're not going to take heed to that. But the ones do have an ear and let them hear, you know. Israelites that's out there, especially the so-called Negroes, that they'll wake up to try to acknowledge to who they really are in these last days. Hey, that'll be a blessing. I hope to continue that the Most High will bless and wake them up. But you know the Most High is going to continue to